Villagers are one of the most important resources in Minecraft, but the naturally generated villages are disappointing. So today I'm gonna take it upon myself to completely upgrade the village in my survival world and build the ultimate trading village, complete with every single villager profession, market stands, and a whole library for enchanted books. Let's get started. Alright, so before we do anything else, I think we need to go enchant some of our tools. We're gonna need a lot of power, and yes, we have a skeleton horse just wandering around here. The unfortunate incident of lightning striking occurred when I wasn't recording, so if you're wondering, that's why. And yeah, they're everywhere. Also, our ghasts grew up. We're gonna have to deal with that. They kind of slipped through the cracks. I thought I made it really safe, but apparently I didn't. So we're gonna deal with that, but not right now. Efficiency 4. Whoa! Okay, I'll take it. That's a really good axe. That's good. And let's head back to the village and start this upgrade. So I already did the boring bit, and I went ahead and collected a lot of material that we're gonna need. First things first, we need to tear this whole village down. And while we're doing that, let me tell you the plan. Here's the rough sketch I made for the upgrade, including the placement of every building. And I'm now realizing just how rough my sketch is, so let's make this a little easier to visualize. Now that we have a blank canvas, I can easily mark out where everything should go. The breeding hall is already complete. Check out my last video in the survival series if you want to see me build that. So that leaves a total of 13 structures to build, and we have no time to waste, so let's go. Now that the village is all cleared out, we definitely need to do some terraforming. I don't even really know where to start. Let's start here. There. I think that should be enough space for the library. So I think that's the basic terraforming done. We're gonna have to continue with each build and just make sure everything fits. But let's start on the first build. The first build is going to be the Cartographer, but before we do anything, we need to clear some space. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to have room for the entire build, which I think we might be able to fit here. Then we're gonna do a foundation of stone bricks and cobblestone, which will act sort of like a front porch. It's a very small house. Next up, we're doing the beams out of spruce logs, and we're gonna go up 6 blocks. Ouch, this is gonna hurt a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, we're gonna strip them all. For the bottom layer, we're just gonna do white terracotta. Oh, I thought this is where the door is, but it's not. The door is gonna be here. Like so. For the next layer, we're doing a mix of oak planks and logs, and this is the part that usually takes me the longest because I keep getting stuck on trying to make it look natural, and that's where I kind of lose the process of making it look natural because I overthink it. So I'm just trying to place it randomly and obviously not forget to strip the logs. Okay, something like that. Now I need to get down with that dying. Ouch. We need to start working on the roof, which is so boring. But first, let's do this little leaf design here. I almost forgot about windows, so let's quickly add some right here. And right here. Let's also do a bit of a border here because I keep falling down. We're keeping it simple, and we're doing a gabled roof for this one. Lastly, I'm gonna build a bit of a canopy hanging out from this wall. And we're gonna do it in the classic red and white colors. We'll do the last little details out here. We'll do a little campfire burning in there and a little composter because why not? And to balance it out, I'm gonna plant a tree right here and hopefully when it grows, it's gonna look nice. So that's the first house. I think we're just gonna work on the exteriors right now and then we'll do the interiors later. Next one will be the mason, which I think will end up, well, around here. This will definitely be used. My bed as well, and this stuff can probably be moved as well. Let's get our material. We're gonna need a lot of granite and diorite for this one, as well as andesite and deep slate bricks. Let's clear this out. We'll start with a foundation of cobblestone, and we'll swap these blocks out because I can't really keep track of the color palette at the moment. So let's just break a few of these, honestly a lot, and we'll swap these blocks out. Something like that. And for the floor, I actually want to do a bit of a checkered pattern. Because it's the mason, this one's mostly going to be made out of stone type blocks, so we're starting with some deep slate corners. And we'll just fill the rest of the walls in with polished diorite. I'll swap these blocks out later. And this house is actually kind of slanted, so I'm gonna raise this side up by a few blocks. Now for the fun part, swapping some of these blocks out. Okay, we'll do the roof outline with deep slate brick slabs, and it's a little bit of a science, so I'm just trying to figure this out. And we're gonna fill it in with a combination of brick slabs and granite slabs. Here is where I want to put a chimney. And we'll just put some random blocks here to make it look a little bit more rough. And is it even really a finished building if we don't cover it in leaves? So I'm gonna do that. I probably will add this to most of the buildings. I also want to make a bit of a roof for this outdoor part of the build. We're gonna scatter out some stone here and there because he's a mason. He works with stone and stuff. And then because it is a mason, I think we need to sacrifice our stone cutter. I'll make a new one because he's been cutting all the stone. I also had this really stupid idea of creating a little stone garden in the back, and I'm using iron bars for that, so it's a very expensive garden. And then some leaves, because when in doubt, just spam leaves. That's my philosophy. I'm gonna deal with this when it's time for interiors, but for now, Mason's house is done. I think it's time to do the trio, the holy trinity of the armor, the weaponsmith, and the toolsmith. But before we get started on the armor, we need to terraform a little bit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like many of the other buildings, we're starting with a stone foundation and moving on with some spruce pillars, even though it's not very plains, but I like it. And we're gonna go in with stone bricks for the walls. And I decided to get the roof out of the way as soon as possible because this one was a little bit tricky. It's kind of asymmetrical, as you can see. So it was a little bit tricky to figure out the block placement, but we did it. And then there is also a chimney. And we're really going for the rough, chunky looking chimney. I'm honestly just placing blocks at random at this point. I love a chimney. I mean, it just makes the whole thing come alive. Let's place a door, and we'll finish up the last of the outside details. Ow. Okay, the armor is complete. Now let's move on to the weaponsmith, I think. For this one, we need a mix of stone and oak and spruce. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll fill this in with some oak. And I'm just trying to do a bit of a gradient here again. And this is also going to have a bit of a slanted roof. To add a little bit of depth, we're going to put the entrance wall 1 block in. Time to work on the roof, and this one we're making out of spruce slabs. And we'll fill it in with oak. Good, and then we of course need a chimney, so let me go grab the granite. I noticed a pattern. I'm using granite for like every single chimney for some reason. All the smiths definitely need proper chimneys because they work with fire and melting stuff, so I feel like this makes sense. Boom. We need a window. We need a door. I'm gonna place, oops, I always do that. I'm gonna place a few barrels down to frame the entrance a little bit more. And then just to kind of tie in the granite, I want to add a little bit of granite along here, some pieces around the corners. So back here, we have a window along here. That's the weaponsmith done. Let's just do the toolsmith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm trying to make them all work together but still have different block palettes. Oops, I forgot one here. This is where we change to stone, I think. Stone and andesite. What makes most sense now is just to make the roof, unfortunately. And we'll do a little chimney, but this time out of andesite. Now, just to cover every single corner with andesite walls. Maybe plant something here. So we have one more window on this side. I want to get a little bit more oak on there. Let's do this for the arch, just to make it look more archy. Something doesn't feel right there. More granite, more color. And the toolsmith is complete. I'm also taking a quick moment to feed the villagers and stock up the beds in here, because they need to multiply pretty quickly if we're gonna fill all of these houses. I feel like I need to map out where the library is gonna go, because that kind of dictates where I put the farmer's house. My plan was for it to go here. Now, maybe we like build it into the hill so I don't need to build as much. Okay, there I kind of know the layout of it. I think that's good. Could maybe start on the farming house and then do the fishing hut, then do the church, and lastly the library. Yeah, let's do the farmhouse. Okay, let's map out where this is gonna go. We're gonna build these beams up 4 blocks. And for the walls, we're doing a combination of spruce planks and spruce logs. Time for the roof. Can you tell how much I hate doing roofs by the fact that I always do time lapses of them? Anyway, we're doing kind of a barn style roof on this one, which I always find to be a bit tricky, but this one is a bit small, so it's not too bad. And while I'm up here, might as well do this little contraption here. I'm eventually gonna hang a lantern here, so it's gonna look a little weird right now. Let's do a little porch here out of stone bricks, andesite, and cobblestone. Let's also do a little canopy out of campfires. Normally I like to do this checkered, but I don't have the patience for that right now. I really should have been more aware of what I was doing there, because now I'm just wasting campfires. In here we're just gonna do probably oak, actually. And I'm already regretting my choices, so let's swap the oak out for spruce beams instead. There, that looks much better. It is a farmer's house, so let's scatter some hay bales around. And what is a farmer's house without a windmill? We're gonna make this one out of the same palette as the porch, so stone bricks, cobblestone, and andesite. I think that was the easiest one. Wow, this is really hard to do in survival. There. Let's also do a little window design up here. And that's us done with the roof of this one. Thankfully. Let's do some windows down here as well. I think this is supposed to be a beam. And then we do a window here. It's obviously not complete without a farm, so let's map out a little border here where we're gonna plant some crops. I'm gonna swap some of these blocks out just to make it fit better with the block palette. Instead of flowers, which I normally do, we're going to plant some beetroots, because That's gonna give this a really nice color, like the reddish color. And lastly, some decorations. Composter, because it is a farm, of course, and barrels. And another composter. And that's the farmer's house done. Okay, let's head down to the river and start working on the fisherman's hut. For this one, I need a lot of spruce, a little bit of oak, and some mud. We're gonna work down here. I'm just trying to figure out where to place it. Like there. We're starting out with some supporting beams because this is gonna be a little bit elevated from the ground. And then an extremely random design of spruce planks, trapdoors, and campfires. I really don't know what order I'm doing this in. I guess we're working from the outside in. Let's place some spruce slabs along here. We'll quickly do the stairs out of oak. I'm probably gonna change these blocks later. And we're also gonna do the rest of the platform out of oak slabs. I want to change out some of the blocks in the stairs to make it look a little bit more interesting. And then we're going to use some spruce trapdoors to be sort of like a barrier. The structure obviously needs to be supported, so we're putting this beam here. This is a total waste of wood, but it's fine. We're going to mark out the rest of the building with more spruce logs and pillars. All done, I just repeated that process for all of the corners. Let's fill out the walls with spruce planks. It's a pretty simple block palette, but that's okay. It's still gonna look pretty cool. Okay, we can kind of see the vision. What's next? I think time for the roof, unfortunately. It has to be done. I hope, even though I've been so confused, that the time-lapse will do it justice. I want to do a little canopy coming out from the wall here. And I do like to switch up the texture a little bit, so let's add a campfire here, but preferably with no smoke coming out of it. I just feel like it's very, very sprucey right now, so I just want to see what this looks like. Yeah! Okay, that's nice. I like that. Before we do anything else, the house is looking a little flat from the backside, so I'm trying to make a bit of a trim along here. All these smaller builds are just that, like smaller and simpler, and then we're gonna have one that's even more extravagant than this one, okay? And I'm dreading it, so that's why I'm doing it last. Because I can't do it. Anyway, I'm just making a dock here where the boats will go. I'm not loving this right here, so I actually think I'm gonna change this. I don't know if I like this though. Like maybe this needs to be oak instead. Let's keep it like that for now. And we'll do a little oak boat maybe. We'll do some other little details like this window here and this little contraption as well where we're gonna hang a barrel from. And I'm gonna put some signs around it to make it look more round. I'm obviously gonna put another barrel here for all the fish that we're gonna catch. Kind of want to put the doors the opposite way because it looks like something's happening here anyway. I want to put something here as well. And also one right here. And the fisherman's hut is complete. We have 2 major builds left, and they are definitely major. I'm gonna start with the least major of them and just hope and pray that I have the capacity and the emotional sane level in my head to complete it today. Okay, next up is the Cleric. Kind of behind all the builds, sticking up, overlooking everything. The vanilla villages have churches, so I do want to build one, and I feel like the Cleric is the obvious choice for that. So we're doing this one with a combination of diorite and pale oak. Okay, now for the roof, I'm actually putting in effort for a change. We're doing a little bit more of an intricate roof design with a gradient. So we're starting with deep slate tile stairs and then going into deep slate brick and then transitioning into tough bricks. It's a really nice gradient, but it's gonna take me a lot longer, but it's worth it. Trust me, it's gonna look great. Okay, I'm taking a quick little break from the roof and I'm gonna work a little bit on this tower here. So we're just building it up a bunch of blocks and transitioning from diorite to then pale oak planks to now the pale oak logs, stripped, of course. Okay, almost done with the roof. I added this little entrance here, and we just need to finish the roof on the very top tower. I want this to be like really overgrown and cute. Okay, let's work on the windows. There are lots of them. This window is a little bit special because this one we're gonna make into a stained glass window. So I just made a few different colored glass paints and we're putting them in a random pattern like this. And then we have the many windows down here. Something that I actually want to do that I might regret is put some ivy, some actual ivy on here. And it's gonna grow and it's gonna spread. It's gonna look super overgrown, which is exactly what I'm going for. That's actually the church and the Cleric's house done. I hope that you can see it from down there. Let's go and have a look. Okay, like you can see the church, you can see it towering up over there. Yeah, I mean, you can see that there's stuff happening and like perspective is moving, and you see that there's a lot more to this village than just these initial houses. You know something, I was just looking at this fisherman's hut and there's something that's off about it to me, and I think it's because the beams are stripped. And I know I love stripped beams, but honestly it's just not working for me. It's just too much of the same color. Like, look at this. Doesn't that just tie it so much more together? I feel like that just looks so much better. Wait, let me fix it real quick. Look at this now. I feel like this has just so much more personality. It looks more complete now. The other one looks so bland. I don't know, I couldn't put my finger on it until now, but yeah, I'm much more happy with that. Okay, time to do what I've been dreading, the library. And I think this one is going to be a time lapse because it's a huge build and it's gonna take ages. So just enjoy the process and I'll see you when it's done. And I can't believe I'm even going to say it, but the library is complete. We're getting there. The only thing left for us to do is the market stands over here. Hello. And the interiors of every single one of these houses. The fountains, the fields, and like the main like village look for paths and trees and animals and stuff. The market is gonna go down there, so that's where I'm gonna build the market stands. First, let's flatten this ground out so we have room to put all the stands. Okay, I think here is good. Not gonna be very big. This is pretty much the size of one stall. This is really fun because this is gonna add a lot of color into the world. So what I'm doing is like a mix of wool, colored wool, and some type of block that is the same color. Let's put a little spruce trim on the top and also at the front. And then, of course, we're gonna have a villager in here so they can't escape. So we need to fence this in somehow. And this is actually the shepherd. If you're wondering why I'm putting a block of wool there, that's why. And then we're gonna do trapdoors. This isn't the prettiest, but it's so they can't jump. And then we'll place the loom and just a few little decorations like a little pot. We're gonna place a cactus in there because it looks cute. It gives you green dye, so why not? Of course we need a lantern to light it up, and we're also gonna hang a sign on the side here just so the customers know what stall this is. And of course it's the shepherd. But then also for visuals, we're gonna put an item frame on there. And let's do a block of wool like that. So that's one market stall, and let's do 3 more. Boom! They're done! Well, that took like 2 seconds to be honest. That means all the structures and all the villager professions and buildings are done. All we need to do now is the interior of these buildings, of course, and the decorations of the village. You also can't forget to feed the villagers because we need them to breed. Oh, they've actually gotten pretty far by themselves. Nice. I'm gonna start with tearing this down, I think. This is gonna be like kind of like a square, or like a village square, you know, like a plaza with a fountain. It's a bit small, so we might need to do something about that. After clearing out the area around the well, I got a little bit distracted and started clearing out these ugly paths, because they are an eyesore, and we're gonna make something much cuter. But not before we add some nice fields and crops next to the farmer's house, because what's a village without some fields? We're gonna match the block palette of the little farm that we did next to the house, so cobblestone, stone bricks, and andesite along the border. And I think it's kind of part of the charm to make it look a little asymmetrical and messy, so that's why I'm using a bunch of different blocks like walls and stairs and slabs and everything on top. I want these fields to be wheat, because I just think wheat fields look the best. I love the color that they will add, so that's what we're going for. Okay, all done. Let's quickly do the bottom layer as well. Boom! Something is telling me that we need some trees. And while I do want to do custom trees because it just looks so much better, I don't have the capacity for that right now. So let's plant some trees, I guess, here and there, because it's looking very dead. We have a tree here, so we could plant a tree here and here, why not? We also wanted to do a little field here, so I guess we could do that now. It's good to have potatoes and other crops than wheat, so we might as well. So that's the fields, but you know what I like to do? I like to add some flowers to my fields just for some color I think it looks gorgeous, so we're of course gonna add that here as well. Gorgeous. I want to have a little sheep pen, and my thinking is we do it behind the shepherd. I feel like that just makes sense. So if we make like a little tiny pen like this. Okay, somehow this guy has wandered in here, and that is not ideal. Sir, please come with me. I think it might be time to do the village square, or the plaza, if you will. And I'm thinking just a simple fountain, and we're gonna make it out of tuff and stone bricks. I really like that combo actually, because it makes it look really weathered, but in a nice way. We'll do a pillar in the middle. Nice, okay, and then water. Okay, and then let's do the borders. Let's do lanterns, and I think we're gonna do one here and one here. Maybe we'll do some leaves, something like that. And then of course we'll do some rose bushes for some color. That's so much better than that stupid little well, isn't it? Now I really want to get started on the path. That's like I said, that was going to be the first thing that we did, but it obviously wasn't. So let's do that. For the path, what blocks do we need? We need coarse dirt, mud, or shovel, obviously, spruce fence, oak leaves, and wildflowers. So this path is already kind of done. These paths will take ages to do, so I think we're gonna go to a time-lapse here as well. If you want a full in-depth tutorial on how I do these paths, then you can watch my video where I went through some small details that you can add to your survival world to make it come alive, and this path is one of those details. But for now, enjoy the time-lapse, and I'll see you soon. That's all the paths done. Let's decorate now with some leaves, some spruce fences, and whatever else we can think of. And let's put up some lanterns now. Oh, and before I forget, wildflowers. We have other flowers that we can scatter. I'm a sucker for flowers in general in Minecraft, so let's scatter some of these along here. Quite like roses to be one of the first things that you see because it's such a nice pop of colors, so maybe we place one of them at least down here. Because when you come in, you see that, it just makes you happy. Places where I feel like it is needed, also like here would be nice, like there to hide that bit. We also have some tulips that I don't mind placing here and there. Now, I think I just want to go around and place some lanterns on all the buildings. There's one more thing left that I would like to do, and that's to put another field here. Because I feel like it ties in well to have another field here at the opposite corner of the village. So I think we're gonna do that, and then I think we're good on all the decor. Actually, scratch that, we're building a little oasis behind the church here. That's really pretty. So since we're done with the village, it's time to start on the interior and hopefully get some villagers into these houses. I've been kind of off camera just making sure to breed these guys as much as possible. Yeah, they're just wandering around in there. There's actually a lot of them. I mean, it's gonna be enough to put in every single house, but this library, oh my gosh, I think we need like 30 villagers to fill this entire house with all the traits that I want. So we're not going to do all of that, but we're going to start in the interior, and I've collected a bunch of material and every single job block that we need. I think we're going to start on the library because that's the scariest one. Okay, so let's go. Let's do the ceiling. When I started making this video, I was just planning on having it as like a little extra, a little side note, like, oh, we're also transforming the village. But it turned out to be such a huge project, and when I calculated all the hours I've spent recording, it's about 14 to 16 hours of footage. So that's why it turned into a 100-day video, even though I wasn't even planning on it. So that's why it's taken me so long to make it, because it's, well, a lot of hours recording, and I can't record every day. So this is spread out over weeks of recording, and then obviously weeks of editing as well. I wasn't planning on it being such a big project, but it was really fun. It's something that definitely will make this world so much better and so much more enjoyable to play in. So I don't mind it, but I just hope that you guys don't mind that it took so long also. I really want to post more often. Anyway, now that the ceiling is done, we're gonna start on the spaces where the villagers are gonna stand, basically. It's nothing fancy, just some stripped oak logs. And then to separate our workbenches, we're gonna put a lot of these. Barrels, barrels, and more barrels. One of my favorite blocks, actually. I had a little bit more of fun idea in mind when I did it in creative, and that was to put bookshelves on each of these, but it's too many resources. I can put bookshelves on some, which is what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna do it like that because that's the right way. I want them to be happy, so we're gonna put some flower pots down. Okay, so this is the bottom floor of the library. For the upstairs floor, we're gonna do some bookshelves by the window. We're gonna hang a lantern. Then we're gonna do chiseled bookshelves. Just because I want a little bit of a different texture, so we're gonna use looms. And then to make this look even cozier and just more like built-in, hobbit hole the shit out of it. Azalea sapling. We're actually gonna do some rows of bookshelves. And then we go in here, and this is where we're gonna do the trades. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. The interior is actually done. That's all I needed to do. Okay, let's move on to the armor. We're gonna start with the big chimney on this wall. Ooh. I forgot. Bars. Oh. I forgot. Campfires. And then we're gonna build up the little slots for the villagers. We just do pillars, and then we do stairs. And just for fun, I guess we can do that as well. Now, someone tell me, what's the armor? Is it the blast furnace? I need to Google. We'll make it a little bit cute, you know, give them a poppy. I'm gonna put a torch. I don't care. I think torches go pretty well here. I don't want to waste the lanterns. And let's finish off with the sign, marking what this is. And we're done with the armor. Let's move on to the toolsmith. So we need obviously a campfire. This is a very small fireplace design, but that's all that fits. We'll make this column here. This is where the villagers will go. And we obviously need to cover up the ceiling because it's looking super wonky. And because this is such a small space, we're doing a little bit of a different design here. So we're using trapdoors instead of actual blocks. I think it's grindstone for toolsmith. I hope so. I quickly added one more slot for a villager. Yeah, I don't know what this design is. It's not my best work, but it will do. You know what? This is a waste of my resources. I'm doing torches, okay? It's something. Okay, we're moving on to the weaponsmith. This is the last of the trio. We're just gonna do stone like this. We have 3 slots. That's it. But because I'm feeling generous, I guess we'll do a fireplace. The level of detail that I do for the outside is very different from the inside. Okay, we're moving on to the farmer's house. And then this is like a loft, so you can put your hay here, and we can also put a lantern up there. That will do. I guess we'll do the mason now. First of all, we'll do the campfire. No, the campfire. We'll do the fireplace. I'm doing like a little shelf thingy. We'll do a lantern, I guess. They can have one. That's the mason. And now for the cartographer. This one is super small, so it's not going to be a lot to do. We're gonna do one here as well, if we can. I guess we can do a little barrel. I mean, I'm trying a little bit. We'll do this, we'll do that. We can also do this just to make it look a little more cohesive. The mister is gonna be bringing a villager in here. I don't even want to think about that right now. And for the fisherman's house. Technically, I guess we could do a window here also. We've actually decorated every single house except for the cleric. I need to run back to base and see if we have any blaze rods to make a brewing stand. Let's go to church. The idea is to make sort of a checkered pattern here as well. So, first of all, we do 3, and then here we'll do 4, and this one I think will be 5. It's almost like a crown formation. And then we'll do stairs there, so this is where the clerics are gonna be. Let's put down our brewing stands. And then because it is a church, I was thinking of doing like rows of seats. And then for the back here, this is supposed to be kind of like a grand archway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a lantern, we'll do some flowers, and then because we're in a church, we're gonna do some candles. And I'm doing this upside down method that we did in the video where we went through some easy builds for your survival world. And that's the church, all done. And that closes the chapter on all the builds. Now it's just time for the villagers to get situated in the houses. And by that I mean get kidnapped and held hostage for emeralds inside these beautiful builds. Yay! Transferring villagers has got to be the most annoying thing about this game. I opted for the boat method But after multiple trips back and forth, some questionable methods of getting villagers into their designated spots, and just general issues, I decided to download a mod that lets you pick villagers up and place them down wherever you like. Is it lazy? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I also finally figured out that the toolsmith was actually the weaponsmith. And I locked in the most important trades, like mending. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Finally, after 100 days, we've built an amazing addition to the survival world. A gorgeous, thriving village with every single villager profession at our disposal, ready to trade with. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and if you stayed for this long, thank you. I hope you liked watching me build the ultimate trading village, and I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for following along this channel and getting me to 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye!